Okay, so we are live. Let's start, right? First thing, I'm just gonna start creating a project, right? So let's put it to maybe, I started yesterday one, like sample examples. Yesterday I did some work, but it's not complete, right? So just leave it. I will continue working on that. Next.js e-commerce, right? E-com. E-C-O-M-M-E-R-C, e-commerce. Next.js e-commerce, maybe we're gonna use what? Prisma will be there, Satcian, TypeScript, maybe else, Satcian, TypeScript. What else we're going to use? Prisma. I don't know, maybe MongoDB. We just stick to the MongoDB, right? MongoDB or Postgres. I don't know. I will decide tomorrow. Anyway, so let's leave it like that. The public, then README file and create repository, right? So simply you can create a repository with all this information. Okay. Now I'm gonna clone, right? So I have to use this because I'm using two GitHub, in my computer. I have set up that way, right? So I have to use this link for cloning. Okay, but you guys, you have only one, so you can continuously working with this, right? HTTP. Copy that and let's clone it. Okay, so in my GitHub clone, I'll just clone right there. So step one is what? Installing Next.js, right? Let's do that. Next.js. Go to installation always and look for the automatic installation, right? This command, okay? npx create next app @latest. Because I know you already have all your Node.js, Visual Studio, everything installed, right? Things are working, so I don't have to tell about that. Just install, right? This one. So copy. Okay, and go back here. So I must connect to my new folder, right? So next cd next.js/ecommerce. Okay, once we are here, right, what we're going to do is we're going to install our next app. Okay, so in the same folder, see, this is the folder, right? We're going to install. In order to install in the same folder, you say current directory by calling dot slash, right? Current directory, we're going to install the Next.js. Enter. So it's gonna complain, right? Because there is a readme file, and Next.js also try to have a readme file. So it's gonna complain, okay? So what we're gonna do, I'll just copy this for now, right? Copy and delete this one, okay? And then up arrow key and enter again, right? TypeScript, yes. ESLint, yes. Tailwind CSS, yes. Source directory, no. App router, yes. And do you like to customize the default import alias? No, right? Because you don't want to customize. It's okay to like connect to your main route, right? With @/ that will be like main app, okay, main app folder, right? Or main route, you can call it parent route. So it's gonna install. So why I put this project separate, right? Because I want, in this project we're gonna, like, every time we build something small, let's say we build one component, right? We have to commit, okay? The reason for this project is, you guys, everyone, let's follow the the right pattern, right, of a development. Let's do that, okay? So that's why we're gonna follow So let's say I install, right? I install the projects. What else I can do now? The, maybe I can remove couple of things, just clean up, right? So favicon, you can create favicon, right? Your own favicon by going website here, right? Uh, let's search somewhere here, favicon.io generator, right? Maybe you can just generate from here, So I don't have image. You can use PNG image, or maybe I just put some text, right? And call it maybe E. So you see something like that, right? E-commerce, next e-commerce, something like that, right? NEC. So that will be big, okay? That's looks big, right? We don't want that. So let's call it, e-commerce, right? EC, okay? You want circle, right? So maybe you can choose to circle, some kind of circle in your favicon, something like that. You can see here on the top, and just leave it, right? And done. Just download, okay? Just download, right? Something like that is fine. So go here in the download and extract, right? So I got this already, favicon.ico. What I'm going to do, I will just transfer to my project, right? I'll just transfer here, okay? So in the app, I'll just drop it, right? It will replace the other one because the name is same, right? So when I click, see, I get that. So that will be my favicon now, right? Favicon. So this is what you're going to see always, right? Some kind of image in your, when you open the website, you're going to see something on the top left title, right? Okay. So that's the favicon. In the public, there is 2 images. Let's delete that. We don't need, right? Just delete that. If you have logo, you can bring it here, right? So let's, for example, if you want logo, how are you going to get, right? Some dummy logo. Let me close, go back here. And yeah, I think there was a website, right? Logo something, I don't remember, but let's see if I can. This one? No. There was nice website. Okay, for now I cannot find, right? When I find, I will let you know, okay? But for example, I have one I created yesterday, right? From other website, not that one. I can just copy and paste it in my project, okay? So you can, I think I've added here, right? Yeah, I added here. So in the public, you can find here, right? Logo.svg, something like that. So let me just copy that one, okay? Copy this and place it in here, right? Now you have your own logo also, okay? Inside the icons, this one, right? This is the logo. Fine. I don't know how it looks, but we'll see. We're done, right? So we just added the basically, okay, I forgot, there was some text, right? So remember what I said, every project need to have a proper readme file, right? So we're going to create also here, okay, in the future. So for now, I will just clean up. Let's call it next. This is heading, like one hash is like heading 1, right? Next.js e-commerce, right? E-commerce site, okay? And later we're gonna see how we're gonna like add maybe title, right? So we can call it maybe the tech or the tech use, right? Something like that. So we will see how we're gonna properly design all this, right? We have sample code, we're gonna use that one and design this readme file, okay? That will be at the end, right? Not now. Fine. So let's clean up So first thing we're gonna clean is our page, right? I'll just delete everything. Okay, and add a main, and let's call heading 1, call it home page, right? Simple home page for now. Finish. We have done everything. The next step, so we can commit, right? Let's make a first commit. Okay, git add git commit dash m and call it initial, right? Initial project setup. Okay, and git push. Now the next step, right? Next step is setting up uh, basically satcn, right? Let's do that one. Okay, satcn. So if I get started, right, and installation, I will go to installation. I will choose my tech or stack, right? Basically stack, take whatever. Next.js. I have installed already. I have next app ready to go. Tailwind is there. ESLint is there. TypeScript is there already, right? Next one is adding a run on the CLI, right? Means command line. You can run this command to initialize your satcn, right? Let's do that. npm, I'm using npm package, so let it install, right? Okay, so I'll just leave it default, and then select is okay, fine, right? Would you like to use css variable? Yes. Okay, so by adding this, by initializing, right, what we get here is you get component folder. This component right now empty. In this component there will be a UI folder, right, which gonna hold our components from satcn. For example, if you install button, it will be inside that UI. You install maybe form or card or anything, right, it will be inside this component UI. Leave. This is the some of the basically not some, right? This whole this cn, okay, this is the function, right? A clsx, okay. This is the, I think, library, or maybe, yeah, this is the library, right? clsx. From here we are getting type class value, that is a type, right? And clsx, right? Here you input everything, okay, like you give everything to this, right? This function, I mean, this will be the function returning, right? But this function will take all our classes, right? The normal Tailwind class plus additional anything, right? And it will combine like an object, okay? It will just put it together. If there is some logical classes, something like that, right? Job of this one is to put all together, and see how we're going to use this right now. Okay? Return tw merge, right? So it's tw merge is from Tailwind merge, right? From this library. So just imagine merging together different css, right, together. Okay, maybe you are getting css from other files, right, and some you are just writing there. Now you want to put all together. Okay, when you get from other file, it may be in form of object, not the real css, but you are importing object, right? So you want to put that object and the real css, right? So this function will do the job of merging using this library. Okay, like combining things, right, or combining our css. That this will be very helpful, right? So satcn also use. Okay, this is not from satcn, this is like already available outside, right? You can like create something file like utils.ts and just write this code and use this function cn, right, anywhere you want. So we will use that one. Okay, this will be one of the important one. Now let's look at the I think what is the next step, right? Let's see. Yeah, so we have installed that. Manual installation, fine, we don't need to do anything. The things I'm looking, right? So where is that? Okay, so I think in the project structure, right? Let's look at here. I don't see. I don't see. Find that. And get started. Get started. Nextjs. Oh, I mean, sorry guys, I'm in the next.js, right? I should be here in the satcn. Somebody please help me, okay? So we have installed the satcn, right? We have installed that. The next thing is set up the font. Let's do that. We'll just follow this, right, to create our like working project folder. Okay, this is structure. I mean I saw before, but I never used, right? So yesterday I tried to use this one. Okay, and it's very nice. So we're gonna set up our font. So look at here. In the app, in our layout, that's the main file, right? Where you execute your HTML. See the class name, and you are calling this object, right? Inter.class name. So inter is your font from next font Google, right? See that? So what we're gonna do, something like this. Let's not inter, but we're gonna use Poppins. Let's use that, right? So you heard the Poppins font from the Google? Anyone? All right, Poppins as just give the another name, right? Something like font sans, something like that. Okay, so there is a network issue, guys. Okay, sorry guys, there was a network issue. You guys can see me? It's okay. Okay, so let's continue. We're gonna install Poppins. So you have used the Poppins before, right? Poppins font, Google Poppins from the Google, right? When you search, in the Google, you can find there are many fonts. Poppin is one of the good fonts, right? Google fonts. Any fonts you need, right? You can just look for the here Roberto. So I will just search Poppins, right? This is the font, okay? This is the font. It looks something like this, right? See, so they have different weight, like 100, 200, 400, 3. We're just going to use regular 400 and maybe 600, right? Something like that for the board, okay? So see that now Next.js already have combined the Google font in its library, okay? So that you just have to call next/font/Google and get the font, right? Any font. So we gonna get something like a Poppins, right? We're gonna get Poppins, okay? How we gonna use? Let me go back and try to use that now. So see, I just call the Poppins fonts and give a name as font sans, right? That is just name, okay? I mean, I can use the Poppins directly here, right? Now this Poppins is like a function. And this Poppins function execute, and we provide some of the properties, right, for that function, okay? So let's do that. But I just change the name to font sans, and why I will tell you just now, okay? So this is my function now in place of Poppins. We can rename this, call it font sans, right, like that. And here, when different font has different set of properties, right, you have to provide, okay? The first thing will be subset, that is Latin. Then weight you have to give. Poppins must need weight, right? So remember, the weight you can provide any. So I will just use 400 and comma and 600, right? See, there are many weight you can get, but whatever you need, just put it there, right? And the next one, we're gonna call it variable, right? See, the property variable. and let's give the variable name dash dash. Remember in CSS how we use variable dash dash variable name, same thing here, right? And we're gonna call it I think let's say font that sans maybe, right? Like that. That is okay. Let's check the here, right? Yeah, something like that. Dash dash font sans. You can name it anything, but let's keep it in the same format, right? Okay. After that, see, I have to import that CN, right? Make it side by side. So I need to import, because I need to combine the class, some class name and this font also, right, together. So import CN, that was the name export. Okay. So from leaves utils, right? Look at here. I get CN. Now in my class name here, because I need to write some class, right? So the class will be, first I will call the CN function, and inside I'm going to write some class. So I will give mean height of screen. Let's make it screen, right? Mean height of screen, and then give a, like something called bg background, right? And then font sans. Okay, font sans, right? So this font, okay, this font we are getting from the tailwind. Okay, these are the tailwind, right? Whatever CSS I'm writing, all coming from tailwind. And then after that, anti alias, right? I don't know what is that, but let me see. It's like, okay, so this work for WebKit, for font smoothing for WebKit, right? WebKit is for like let's see, WebKit is used for Chrome. Okay, and this one is for Mozilla Firefox, right? So grayscale. So these things, I think, like basically used for, like, I don't know, for the old kind of browser for Chromes and the Mozilla Firefox, something like that. Okay, for that reason, just put this one, right? That is the preferred way. Now next thing is, see here itself, we just put a comma now, right? And add our font, which is the object. Look at what we have done. Font sans, right? Dot variable. We can do that. So this is the font sans is an object, right? This function is just returning this object. Okay. So font sans dot variable you can use here also. So let's do that. Font sans dot variable, right? I think, yeah, that's how it works. Okay. So basically, we just applied this font, right? We just applied this font. Just think like that. The Poppins font we just created here, right? So we applied Poppins also. So we done. This is all setup we have to do. I mean, we finish here, right? Save it. We can change the title. We're gonna create maybe titles later in the variable, right? And then you can import that. But here, let's call it nextjs e-commerce. E-commerce created with nextjs and maybe tailwind, right? Tailwind CSS, something, whatever you can add here. You can put like 100, maybe not 100, I think 60-70 character, right? I believe. Okay, so we done with our root layout, right? We finished. So what is the next one now? It says configure theme extend family, right? Basically in tailwind config. Okay, so we have to extend this I think the default theme from the tailwind, right? Again, so let's go back and update that one. So we have to find out tailwind config somewhere here. Where is that? Here, right? This is the one. Okay, So first it says import this on the top. You can put it here, no problem. Tailwind default theme, right? So you're getting font family from the Tailwind default theme. So see, we are using the nextjs module, right? Import export. So how are we going to do that? So simply we can just write const font family number required. So we can call it not like that, import, import, right? From this one. Okay, save. Yeah, I think that is fine. So font family, import font family from Tailwind CSS default theme, right? We can do that. And after that, we just need to extend, right? This one. So we're going to extend font family, extend just above the color. See, these are the color from the Tailwind. Okay, so we don't need to touch anything. Let's not worry. Only thing you change is here, right? Add the font family. So look at here. The first our first font family is font sans, the variable which we just created, right here. This variable and the variable name, right? This is the one. This is the one, right? That's our font. That is Poppins. If there is no Poppins available, then use the font family sans from our default, right? From the Tailwind default theme, okay? Because Tailwind already has a theme inside our projects. We install Tailwind. It has font already. From there, we're going to use sans, right? So this font, you're going to find whatever, right? Look at here. So whatever in the theme, okay, you will get all that, right? Okay, default font. So we have Poppins, the first thing. It will always use Poppins. If somehow you miss Poppins, then it will jump to here, right? Okay, so that is all we have to do to set up. So now if you look at this project structure, right, we have app. Inside app you have layout and page, components. Inside you're going to find UI. There you're going to have button, any other SATCN components. Then in the component, right, so inside UI you're going to get all this SATCN component. Okay, but let's say you have another, maybe anything else, maybe navbar, footer, something else like common, like shared components, shared throughout the project. Maybe you can create another folder inside here, right? Inside this component, we're gonna maybe create shared component folder and then add their navbar, maybe footer, whatever shared, something shared throughout the project, we're gonna add there, right? We can do that. So now even you can move the CSS to styles like outside, right? We're gonna move to the one of the folder called styles folder. You can do that just to structure, right? So that's how the like SATCN recommend to be the folder structure, right? So look at here, in the components we don't have any SATCN install yet. Okay, fine. So let's go back here. What I'm going to do now, right? If I go to the component, like one of the component called button, right, it looks something like this. Okay, before that we must change let's learn how to change the theme of our SATCN, right? This is right now is a black and maybe white, something like that. But theme, go to the theme here, okay, and choose, right, customize your theme, customize. So you have all this theme built in, right? So Zinc is like the default one. That's what we select when we're installing SATCN, right? Zinc. When you install, you get, I think, Zinc and select something to option, right? But here you have more option. So let's say I want to use orange. I think this is the good one, right? So I click orange here and copy code, right? And just copy everything from here. @base layer root, and there is dark, right? So this is the base root, I mean the normal one and the dark mode, right? Okay, so just copy that. Now in our, see, all that code is already, we have already in our global CSS. Okay, look at here, this is the one. So you have to, like you have to delete up to, don't go below this, right? Delete all that and put the new one with the orange, right? See, So now save this. Fine, done. So let's close this one. I mean, we can move, right? We can move this CSS in separate folder according to that design, right? So in the like main folder, I can create something called styles like this, STY styles, right? Like that, and just move that one. Just move it, right? So the global CSS I can move to the styles, no problem. I can do that. The only thing is I have to redirect where in my layout. Here, look at this. This is the main layout, is the main, right? Main, file. So you must tell it here where to get that CSS. So import, look at here, @ that is the default alias, slash, and then I'm going to call the styles slash and global, global, global. I think that's CSS, right? So make sure the name is correct. Okay, so let's check one time, right? So globals, globals .css, right? So that's how you're gonna update. So you move the style also. Okay, so you have only left is favicon, layout, and page, right, in the app. Fine. So first thing, now we customize our what you call that, the color also, right? Our theme of our and we have done that. Next thing we're gonna test now. Okay, let's do that. So close this. In the components, I'm just gonna add button, right? Button, quick button. Now check this. Just install, right? Install this button here. Okay, so now let's go back, right? And once it finished installation, check our components UI, and you see the button here. See, so button has variant. Okay, different types of button is here already, like default, destructive, outline, secondary. So you can use variant property, that is variance. Basically you can use variance. That is the first one. You can use size, right? You can do that one. Okay, so variant and size, there is two property you can use, right, for the button. So let's try to import now in our page. Import a button, right? See, it will give you the option button components UI button. Import that, and just below this heading one, I will call button component. Please I sign in, right? Something like that. Okay, or click to sign in. Okay, click to sign in, whatever you can put there, no problem. So let's check now. Let's go live. Npm run dev, right? Development. Go live view. There is something error, right? I don't know what is that. So warning with created. Okay, so global CSS webpack, I think because I moved this, right? Globals, maybe, I don't know, maybe the spelling STY styles, right? Copy that. Everything looks fine. So let's check in the layout. Okay, so styles global CSS webpack, something is not correct. So I'll just refresh the whole window, right? Let's try to refresh reload one time and see if that error will be fixed. Still giving error, right? So most likely I have to close this again and try to like reset sometimes you have to do that, right? So let's open that, and if you still error not fixed, then we will see what we can do. So now cd to my project folder, that is nextjs dash ecommerce npm run dev, right? And go run this and check again, same error. So it's saying what, right? Node module next.js build webpack loader, whatever. Default instance is not iterable, right? Okay. Maybe what I think is this one. I don't know if that is the let me see right quickly. That is in the global, right? So I know I have not changed here. Oh, no. In the tailwind config, right? Okay, it should be something like that. It's the name import, not the default, right? So we have to put in the bracket. Okay, so that should work. Let's restart, close npm run dev again, and now it should be fine. Localhost 3000. Okay, it's working now, right? So home page, and you can see the button now, right? Click button. Okay, fine. So we like we finished, let's say we finished setting up the nextjs, right? Sorry, satcn. Okay, let's commit one time, and then we're gonna add few things more. Okay, so git add commit -m. I don't know, I just put some name, right, to commit. So initial commit we have done. Create next app with satcn, right? So we can call it next app with satcn. Okay, we can call it setup satcn, right? Or configure. Okay, configure satcn and font, right? Configure satcn and font. So enter and git push. So see, you can see a lot of code here, right? But let's not worry. Okay, you don't have to worry about all that. The only thing, what we have done in our theme is extend the font family. That is all, right? Poppins. We have extend font family poppins plus the default font from the tailwind library, right? What you call that? From the tailwind theme, you can call it. We just extend that. So next step is, not think like this, right? Let's think like this. When we're gonna create the website, you're gonna need always flex. Okay, you're gonna need heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, right? Sometimes you say in the tailwind you have flex justify between item center, maybe flex start, right? An item start, maybe center, justify start, something like that, right? So we're gonna create the utilities classes for that one. Okay, we're gonna write because there will be 3 to 4 things put together always in the flex start, flex justify, maybe gap, something like that, right? So let's add the utility css, where always in the css, so here, right, we have all this base. Okay, maybe just here so how we create our predefined css, right, in the and work with the tailwind. like you can access in the tailwind. So you have to call it @layer, right? And then give the name, right? So utilities like that. And that will be the function, right? Okay. So now you can write a different, that's how we write. Okay. That's the how we write, right? Let me check even. Okay, guys, I believe that is okay. So fine, let's write the first one, right? Will be first one, right? Will be something like a @utilities. Let's do the, you know, let's think of this, putting your project, right? The whole content in the center. Remember, we have the wrapper with width 80%, max with 1200, margin auto, auto, right? And then margin auto in x-axis. Okay. And then what else? Yeah. So make your container which is in the center, right? So for that, we're going to create, like, we're going to put some code together. So that will be wrapper. Okay. And we say, like what we're going to, I think this here is error, right? Maybe this, because we are putting up kind of object things. Let me see. Yeah. Looks will be some kind of object, right? Okay. Let's go back and put here wrapper. Okay. So you have this wrapper class. Now you can call just wrapper in your tailwind. Okay. Directly, right? Class name wrapper you can call. We are writing our custom CSS, right? So apply, that will be apply. You have to write apply, and then let's call it max width of maybe 7XL, right? Max width is 7XL. In the LG, like large device, MX auto will be center, right? And then we're gonna give padding. So let's give a padding of maybe 5, whatever, right? I think 5. And in the MD device, let's look at the MD device. Padding will be 10 and give a width of, okay, something like. So now we can call every time our main container, right? We can just call this class. Simple enough, we can do that, right? So similarly, we're gonna have something like a flex now. So let's call it class name flex start, right? Flex start. Okay. So now here we're gonna say @apply, and we're gonna call flex. Justify will be start. Justify will be start. What else we can put, right? Maybe item center, something like that. Okay. Next, so remember the flex can have flex with the start, something you want to put in the beginning, right? Flex start, maybe flex center, and flex end, right? Or maybe between. Okay. Flex, let's give name called center. So here @apply flex, then justify will be center, because this is center. So justify horizontally center, and item center also, right? That is all we need. So see, now you don't have to write all these 3 lines. Okay, you just call this class name and work is done. So, and see, this is gonna help, right, to standardize, like make the same kind of, for same work you use the same code all the time. Okay, standard, more standard, right? So next will be flex, and I think end, right? Between, right? So what else we're gonna do? @apply, then flex, justify between means space between, right? And item will be center always. That is vertical center. Done. Now we're gonna work for the something like a dot heading 1, right? Let's do that. Heading 1 dash bold. This is the class name, right? and we're gonna say @apply and add something like font will be bold, then text maybe for the H1, right? Text will be 3XL. Yeah, I think 3XL. And for large device, we're gonna make it how you write LG. Text will be, let's make it 4XL, right? 4XL semicolon. Okay, so that is same thing we're gonna do for the, like, let's copy it a couple of times, right? So this will be heading 2 and heading 3, right? So if you have heading 3, always use this one, heading 2 always this code, and heading 3 this one, right? So font will be bold. Text, now I don't want 3XL, right? That all will be same, so make it 2XL. And the large, I think we're gonna make it 3XL, right? And here font bold, this will be XL only, and maybe for that large device we're gonna make it 2XL. Fine. So that is all, right? That is all I have. The predefined utilities classes, and see how this will be useful, right, later. So what is the next step? Okay, so fine. So now, right, what else we're gonna do? Let me see. What is the next? Create website layout. That's the next step, right? So I mean, we can commit this. Let's git add commit -m, and we call it utilities, right? utilities utilities class, right? Class. Okay, and git push. So the final thing for today we're gonna do is the layout, right? Right now, if you look at our code, it simply, I mean, we don't have anything, right? So let's create something like, like you have a nav bar, then you have footer, then you have things in the center, right? How are we gonna do that? That's the point. Okay, so here in the app section, we have page, right? And we have layout. Remember, in the complex side, you're gonna have maybe dashboard, you're gonna have admin section, you're gonna have different section, right? So how we group means, I mean, we can put all here, it's okay. We can put like folder separate one by one, right? But it does not looks like nice, clean. Okay, so how you group things together? Normally, what you do is put this bracket, like, like not curly, but small bracket, right? And write your folder structure name. Okay, so let's say this is the root folder, right? Root folder, for example. In the future, I'm gonna have something called dashboard, right? Maybe admin. So I will put like an admin, or maybe auth, auth folder, maybe authentication, like that. Maybe I will have something called dashboard, right? Dashboard. So that's how you structure it, right? But see, these, like these bracket and auth does not mean anything. Okay, still, if I put something here, right? For example, I can move this page inside here, and still it should work. Okay, still it is same, right? So let's see. If I refresh, no change, no error, right? Okay, why? Because maybe I'm not running the server, right? So let's do that. npm run dev. Okay, now refresh the page and you will get that back. So the root does not means anything. It's just for structuring. Okay, still this page is directly inside the app, right? App. This is the app direct, like main page. And then we have layout here. So we can leave this layout as the main layout, right? But now what I want to do is I want to create the see, in the layout I already have height of my body, right? That is screen, that will be 100%. Okay, if you look at the screen's view height, 100 view height, right? And BG background, this is already coming from our, like our what do you call that, tailwind class. There is a busy background. Okay, so it getting that background, font sans, whatever, right? Okay, let's fine. Also, we have these pop-ins here. Okay, so I will just leave this default. I'm not gonna touch anything. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you now how to add the layout for this section, right? The main section. Okay, separate layout. Let's do that. So I will call it maybe layout.tsx, like that. Not layout, right? We have to, because again it will conflict. Okay, if I just leave it like this, right? See, there will be error because it conflicts with this layout. Okay, so we're gonna call this root layout, right? Maybe root layout. So make sure in the same layer you cannot have the same file name, right? Root layout.tsx. Now it's fine, right? So React arrow function export root layout, you can do that, right? And then yeah, so now, right, this root layout, so we have to set up some code here. So let me check right quickly. Export default root layout, that is fine. So we have to write, I think I just copy from here. The structure will be same, right? So this will be same here. Okay, let me copy that. And you have to make sure you pass all the children, right? Children means everything. Okay, let's see. I think that is fine. Let me copy that, copy and put it here, right inside this one. Okay, so children will be there always. You just pass the children inside this one, right? Children, just pass that. Now, right, okay, save. That is fine. Let's see, what is this? Now check, right? It's still working. Everything looks fine. But now just look at here. Okay, what I'm going to do now, right? I will just going to put something called nav bar, just maybe heading one for nav, right? Nav bar. And here I'm going to put maybe heading 2 for footer. Just imagine, right? Now look at here. Refresh. Why? Something is not okay. Something is not working, right? What is that? So that is our page, home page, right? It should pass from here. It's because I don't see the, like I don't see, right? I don't know why. It should work, right? Because I tested yesterday. 1 second, guys. Let me quickly check, right? So in the app, I have a root page, right? Okay, I think I did not move that. I did not create it, right? So in the layout here itself, I added the div. Okay, something is not correct. I mean, something I feel like not correct, right? I have to check. I have to check, right? But anyway, let's for now, let's just add in the same place. It should work, right? I know it should work, but I don't know why it's not working here. Okay, let's see. Just give me a second. So I have layout. This is the layout, right? That's the main layout. If I want to add something in separate layout, and I'm displaying the children here, right? Okay. Okay. I mean, for now, I will just delete this right now. But once I figure out, I will let you know. Okay. Let's quickly stick to this one, and we're just gonna add. We're just gonna extend this, right? So, I mean, the next thing what we need is like a header and footer, right? So let's create that quickly. Okay. So here, like we can add something, maybe one folder, right? You have a UI folder. Let's call it something like shared folder. Okay. Shared folder, right? And we're gonna add simple header ESX, and also we're gonna add maybe footer, right? ESX. So in header, what we need now, right? Some code. So we're defining the header, right? What we need, the first thing we're gonna need is like in the header, right? Let's say we have the main top section, right, with the border on the bottom and the logo on the left, and maybe the shopping cart and the sign in button right on the right side. Okay, that is all we need. So we're going to remove this and call our semantic tag header, right, like that. Okay, so let's get some CSS. Let's get some CSS, right? So what we're gonna do, I mean, let me think, right? I need the div with on the left side and the right side, two div, right? So here I'm gonna have div, let's call it left, and something on the right, div, maybe right. Okay, right. So now save, right? So see, this is the top one, right? This is the top, like top section, right? Main box for the header. So let's add some class name. Okay, class name, we're gonna call it maybe width of full, that is 100%, and border maybe bottom, right, like that. Okay, fine. Now that is all. The job of this one is to be 100% and the border bottom, right? The next is I need to make this left and right. So the parent box needed, right, for flex. Simple enough. And here class name. So now this parent will be in the center. So what we do, we have the wrapper class, wrapper, right? Wrapper, we're going to use that, and then flex and justify between an item center. So we have flex between, B is between, right? BETWEEN. Make sure this name correct, right, according to our CSS here. Flex between, this one, that's the class I'm going to use, right? So it will apply all the CSS. Okay, I don't know why it's not giving suggestion, right? It should give suggestion. Done. Now the left one, just add, right, something like we're gonna say this is the left, right? So here you're gonna have a couple of things, like maybe the image, text for logo, right, something like that. Then flex maybe start, that let's say it will have flex item, justify, I think start, right, and item also, item is center. Okay, that's the class. These are the things in there. So let's import it. Import, right? Import, you're gonna have image, maybe the some kind of logo, right? We're gonna put here later. Okay, then for the right side, and also we're gonna need a link, right? So import link, next link. Okay, Good. So I mean, let's leave it left, right, and see how it looks. So to use this one, you have to go back to your main, like our layout. Where is the layout? Layout, right? App layout, and import that and just use there, right? So we're gonna tomorrow, once I figure out, we're gonna change it. Okay, we're gonna make it maybe in the private, like in the here, right? So import header, EADER, right? Sorry, I don't know, it did not work. Header from component shared header, right? Let's import footer also. Okay, but we have no code in the footer, so it will not detect. You must add something in the footer. So shared footer, just go react arrow function footer, right? Something simple. Now you can import that. Import footer, right? And now in here, so we're gonna call it header. Simple enough, like that. Let's see, root layout. Okay, what we're gonna do, because I know the body will be mean height, all that, right? So cannot do like that. Let's wrap in one of the div. Okay, and then add the header, right? And why, I will tell you just now. Then you're gonna have footer here, right? And then we're gonna put main box here, main, right? Main, and then give some basically all the children will be inside the main, right? Just wait and see what happens. So this one, what I will give a class name and call it basically flex. So height will be screen, like 100%, and flex column, right? Flex column. Okay, so see, there is three things. This is the first box, second is the main, and third is the footer, right? So they are now one column, but like 3 row now, right? The header on the top, main in the center, and the footer on the bottom, right? But the main to occupy complete height, given height, right? You must give a class name and call it flex1, yeah. And then yeah, and then we're gonna put this in the center, right? So because header already have wrapper, okay, you want this one also in the same with the wrapper, right? Same size. So let's call the wrapper class so that it will be in the center. Fine, and that is all. So let's check, right? See how it looks. Go back to our website and look at here. So you have the header on the top with left and right. We're gonna add logo for our company and the button for like shopping cart and the sign in button here, right? Okay, the footer you don't see, maybe hidden somewhere here, right? Or I don't know if we have text, but it will come up later. Okay, let's not worry. So fine. So let's keep working, right? Let's go to the header and quickly work. What I'm gonna do, right? Header left. So we have the first one is link, I believe. Okay, let me check what I have added here. Header with full border bottom, right? And then wrapper flex between, div flex start, right? Start. Okay, so flex start, fine. So let's add the link and the image, right? Link. Okay, so link, when you click, it should go in the home page, right? So we just keep it like that. Now in the link here, first thing is image. Okay, the source, right? Source will be where we getting that image. So slash, I think slash will bring us to the public, right? Public folder. Where is that? Let's see here. And icons, right? Icons. slash logo dot svg, okay, something like that. And then alt, right? Alt will be, let's call it e-commerce logo. Okay, it took a lot of time, right, guys? Sorry. And width, maybe how much? 100 pixels, 100, and give a height also, right, of 100. I hope that should be fine. Link. So what is the error now? Flex start. Import link, next link, right? I don't know what is the error. Identifier expected identifier. Somewhere can you figure out what is the error, anyone? Okay, I did not close here. Sorry, I did not close the image, right? That's why. Okay. So now if you look at, you're gonna see something like this, right? That logo, not nice logo, but something, you can see, you can add, whatever, right? Even you can add here text e-commerce, right? You can do that. So that is all for the logo, right? Image. Okay, just need to be nice logo so that it will be, perfectly fine, right? But let's remove this, no need, just leave it like that. Okay, if you want, it's possible to add the text also, right? You have the link, image, and after image, you can put here some text. It should work, right? It will be flex start means you have flex, like the flex item center and justify start, right? That's what we have. Flex start, justify start, item center. Yeah, so must be correct. Flex start, right? start. Okay, so the next thing is, right, on the right side. Okay, so what we're gonna put here, so let's give us some class name. The class name it will be space, because we're gonna have like 2 items, right? And also it should be something like a I don't know, let me check. Okay guys, I have okay, fine. So first let's add item, right? So we're gonna need a button. We're gonna use our button. Okay, import button, right, from our UI button, the Sadcian button. So here the first button, right? First button, something like it will be used as a child, right? And a variant, add a variant. Okay, variant will be something called post. Okay, so you'll see how it looks, right? You can try with different variant. Okay, then we're going to use a link tag href. So the first one is shopping cart, right? So it will take us to the cart page. Okay, now what I need is some kind of icon, right? So let's see if I can figure out his shopping. It says opping shopping cart from Lucid React. I think that should work. Okay, so it will import automatically. Look at here from Lucid React, because see, once you install the Sadcian, it comes also with Lucid React install, and it is the library for the icons, so you can use directly, right? Just import and use. So when you click, it should take us to the route for the cart, and we have shopping cart here. We can put some text also, right? Something like a cart. Fine, done. After that, we're going to add another button for our sign in, right? Button. I hope, yeah. So the button will be add child and variant. I let's leave it, right? Child, and then the link. So when link, right? So let's call it maybe what we can call sign in, right? Here. So you want to go where? When you click that button, you want to go to the sign in page. So slash sign in, right? Or maybe login, something like that. We don't have that route yet, but it's okay. We're gonna have some icon also. So let's say how here is the card, right? So let's add one icon here, call it maybe I don't know, let's say user, right? User. So we have to find some icon, right? Let's see if I know here. If I wrote the shopping cart is there, I know that. Sign in button with the sign in page, right? That's fine. But I don't know. The icon is not there. So maybe we just select something from here, right? User menu, user icon, whatever. Okay, let's try. If that is, I don't know how it looks, but we'll try. Fine. So if you look at here now, right, these two items, they are the inline element. We just want space between them, right? So space x, maybe 2 something or 3. So now try. Look at here. You can see this is our shopping cart. The only thing is this image is not good, right? You can change with the new your own, like some kind of logo and all that. Just add. So we have, you know, if I reduce that size, right, make it maybe like 50. I mean, that logo I try to create one simple, but I cannot able to create, right? You have to make it like nice. This just image is big, but text is small, right? That's the problem there. Okay, now, right, let's quickly add the footer and we're done for today class. Just give me quick few seconds, right? So footer, where is the footer? I mean, we return footer, right? What we're gonna return here? Something like let's see. First, I'm gonna change this, right, to the footer text, like in our native footer, right? And then you have a paragraph. Let's give a class name. So flex center. Okay, let's make it in the center, right? Flex center means flex item center, justify center. This will be in the center of our page. Okay. Okay, so something is not correct. I believe we're gonna have div here, right? And then we're gonna use paragraph, and then use this center in this one. Okay, flex center right here. But what we're gonna do with this, I want a border on the bottom, right? So border, I think on the top, not bottom, on the top, right? And add some padding also, that will be better. So padding will be inside, right? So inside this one, okay, this box padding maybe 5. That is all I have for footer. Yeah, and then we're gonna write some code in the paragraph, right? So what we can do is remember how you're gonna write the date, right? So remember now date like that, and get why is complaining? I can write, right, but not now, new date. Okay, constructor, right? And then get full year. Okay, get full year, right? So that will give like 2024, whatever the year, and space, right? Space, or maybe after here I'm gonna just write some text. Let's put dot space and all right reserved, right? Something like that. Okay, save and check now. So go back and you see now, so we have the footer with the margin, that like border on the top, right? and some text in the center. You can add more because this is already in the center, is working fine, right? And now our main is with the wrapper, our header is with wrapper. So now tell me, right, once you have done all these things, this setup will be always for you, right? Always use the same setup. We're going to learn a lot of things now here. Let's say now you have simple, even you don't need all this root now, right? You can leave it. For your portfolio, you have layout and page there, right? Just make changes to their layout in this form. You have header, footer. The only thing now is you're going to say, okay, about page, right? So you just create about and add the page there, right? Inside here, you're going to have page. And write all your code, okay? All your about code here. The only thing, you go back to your header, right? The nav bar, I mean, we have added some nav bar, right? So let's say this is the right side. I mean, here, you can design this now, right? Even you don't need this logo, then you just put your like my portfolio, something like that, or just add your link, right? Now here, just design your nav bar links, whatever you are, about page, home page, maybe your social icons you can add. So you design it now, right? And done. Then you can have about page, like here will be about, right? It will target to this page. Put all your about page there. Home page is already, this will be the home page, right? Just put all the code for home page here and finish, So it should be perfectly fine, right? That is what you have to do. Okay, guys, it took a lot than I expected, but I used the same technique yesterday, right? Fixing, like I had a lot of issue with this one, okay? I'm telling you. So sometimes I don't think properly, right? Also, I fix all that gaps, everything. Now you click here, you perfectly fit in the page, right? So it looks okay now. Fine, right? Okay, so dashboard, you can go to the dashboard. I need to work on now basically like payment, right? Here, just maybe add a button, click on payment, and it will take you to the payment, whatever the website, right? And then just pay with your online banking. So I have to do that. Okay, guys, now let's stop. That looks a lot, but not a lot of work, right? I mean, it's, we talk a lot, but it's not that much lot, okay?